where the politics got involved and the Houston got left out. We all know the history,
Yeah.
and Houston going dormant for 20 years, and I'm excited about being a part of it finally happening, and so the University of Houston has great tradition, has had great success, has been dormant for quite a while, and has steadily crawled back to relevancy over the course of the last 15 years.
Coach, how has recruiting changed for you now being in the Big 12, being in the big time Power 6, Power 5 conference? Excuse me. How have you gone about recruiting any differently or transfer portal? How do you go about those things now that you're in the Big 12?
Yeah, it's different. I think the easy answer is my first 2 years, we were told no a lot. A lot of we recruited the same way, but we were told no a lot. Just want to play Power 5 football. I'm like, yeah, I'd get you, son. I want to coach Power 5 football. And so I understood. The last 2 years, we've been in that. We've been in there. We've been in those battles longer, and we've landed more than we have. Right. So it's not where we want it to be yet, but 75% of our roster has been recruited knowing they're going to play this Big 12 schedule. So that was exciting to a lot of the guys that we got. I think recruiting's got to take that next step in order to be able to compete year in and year out in this conference, and it's just going to take some time to do that. 3 years before we're fully funded is a big thing. 3 years before our facilities are built, which is a big thing. So, that doesn't give us the right not to compete right now. We expect to compete every game that we play. But until the things happen over the course of the next 3 years, I don't think you're truly going to see the potential of Houston until it does.
Coach, you're one of those guys I always look for when you come into a media day. Are you, I always look for as a coach bringing a quarterback with him to media day. You did not. Talk about Donovan Smith a little bit. Is there a battle at quarterback? Do you think Donovan's your guy? Are you at that point yet, or is it still to be determined?
We brought in a lot of Power 5 experience that are new to our team. And the list is long. There's 12, 15 kids that have extensive Power 5, extensive Big 12 experience. Well, they're not the 4 guys that I got here that have been in the program for 5 and 6 years. Okay, so, 2 offensive linemen that are 4-year starters, a defensive lineman, 4-year starter, a linebacker, which is a 4-year starter. Those guys are the ones that deserve to come experience this.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to be our best players? I don't know. A couple of them probably will. I think, several of these guys are draft picks. But we did add Big 12 Power 5 experience. That's why Donovan Smith was important. At the quarterback level, we lost Clayton Tune, who is Mr. Reliable, and was that guy that you could count on each and every week to be the same guy, each and every year to be the same guy. When you lose that, you better bring somebody in that's got some experience.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's going to be wide-eyed growing pains, with him. I am proud of Lucas Coley, who's a Power 5 guy who said no to us and went to Arkansas. And then when we became Big 12, he came back to us. And so he's a Power 5 player, just doesn't have that experience. So he's going to keep competing and keep getting better. There was two schools last year in Division I. It was UTSA with Frank Harris, and it was Houston with Clayton Tune. Those are the only 2 quarterbacks that started every game.
Wow.
Think
Man.
about that.
Yeah.
So you think number 2 is important? Heck yeah. Number 2 is important,
Yeah.
right? Obviously it happened at Texas. It happened at Texas Tech, with the starter and then Donovan Smith and then the third team guy and then Donovan and then the starter and stuff. So you better get more than one guy ready to play.
Yeah, no kidding.
Coach, you have a contract extension that goes all the way to 2027, and we're in the age of just all college sports, football, basketball, etc. It's about win now mentality. What does it mean for your athletic director and the people up top to have confidence in you to build your own program, whether you're going through the ups and downs, they have confidence that you're going to get it done because you're building it your way?
Well, it's why I'm here. I was here in 08 and 09 at University of Houston. I've transitioned a group of 5 school into a Big 12 school with a lot of success. It's what Houston wanted. Houston wanted stability. Houston wanted somebody that's been there, done that. We were fortunate to win 12 games a couple years ago. same year that the Big 12 was announced. And so I'm like, look, man, next year my job is this, but then the next year it's a whole nother job. So I'm like, it's 6 years because I need 5 going into the Big 12.
Right.
That's a standard new coach contract. I ain't going anywhere. I mean, this is where I want to be. They want stability. I want stability. I want this to be my last job. So it's a good marriage right now. Obviously, you got to win, and we're going to – I think we're going to be competitive. I really do.
Dana Holgorsen joining us here on set. One more from me, Coach. I'll make it non-football because the guys over here were joking with you about non-football questions. Tell us something you're passionate about that's not football. Is it something you're streaming right now? Is it some music you just discovered? You've been to a badass concert? You love some food you've just eaten? Give me something non-football.
Oh, I'm a big show guy. I watch a lot of shows.
What's your recommendation right now?
Man, that's a good question.
If somebody's about to binge, they have a lot of time on their hands, what do they need to start?
Well, everybody's a big Breaking Bad fan, right?
Love Breaking Bad.
I mean, obviously, this started with The Sopranos, which that's the GOAT, and Breaking Bad followed it up, which is pretty good. The spinoff, the Better Call Saul spinoff was really
Was
good.
good as well, yeah.
And I thought it was really average early, and then as that thing kept going, it got as good as Breaking Bad did, in my opinion. So I watch a lot of shows. I travel a lot. When I can get away, I'm getting away. I'm still trying to figure out where I'm going tomorrow.
You just know it's somewhere?
I just know it's somewhere.
Show up.
I'm going with the guys back to Houston tonight, and then I'm going to go home and look on. Where am I going? I got 3 more days of vacation here.
Is it somewhere with? I mean, not a specific. Is it somewhere with sand, or is it somewhere with a mountain, or what? What do you like?
I don't know. I mean, it's
okay.
It's whatever looks good. I'm gonna fire away. And I really honestly don't know where it's gonna be. I've been on the sand quite a bit. I was in Miami and Cabo for the last couple of weeks, so it doesn't necessarily have to be sand and sun. I've done plenty of that. I'm done golfing too. My Cabo's kind of been cool because my son loves to golf, and if I wasn't a coach, I'd love to golf too. And so he's not a coach, and so he's a scratch golfer. And so, I took him. We golfed for every day for about a week. I'm sick of that. Those clubs are getting put in.
Last one for me too, Coach. All the success the basketball team's having with Kelvin Sampson and everything that's going on down there in H-Town, how inspirational is it to see him succeed, and what is your relationship with Coach Sampson?
Good. He's a Hall of Famer now. I mean, he's tough. He's a Hall of Famer. I get asked that question a lot, mainly from Cougs, and they're like, well, basketball is winning at this high of a level. Why isn't football? I'm like, well, he's been here 5 years longer.
Uh-huh.
He's going into his 10th year at
big
Houston,
difference.
and that's crazy.
Yeah.
And they had things built going into like year 6 or year 7. Things were built, and that's an awesome atmosphere at Fertitta Center. And they've recruited at a high level, and they coach their tail off, and they got good players, and it's getting better and better. They're a little bit more equipped to go into this league, and I'm not naive. I'm a big basketball guy, and I know how good the Big 12 is in basketball. My elite. You're playing Sweet 16 teams every week. I think football's a very, very deep conference. Basketball at the University of Houston right now is probably a little better equipped to compete for that top spot just based on where they're at with their program. He's a Hall of Fame basketball coach. I have a lot of fun with him and enjoy watching those teams play.
That is Dana Holgorsen, coach of the Houston Cougars. In 52 days, it's going to be UTSA, the first opponent for Houston, and the first Big 12 game is going to be TCU. Nice Old Southwest Conference foes getting together again on September 16th. Coach, we appreciate it. We'll let you get to the next thing, and good luck figuring out what that vacation is going to be.
Awesome.
All right.
Thanks, Coach.
That is Dana Holgorsen. Houston going to be one of those new members of the Big 12. Feels right having some of those Old Southwest Conference crews back together.